You understand that when candidates, it is the candidate's responsibility to frame a vision, an argument, and to build a coalition in order to get people to vote for them. And elections 101 is get out your base. 101. That is the most basic element of elections. A candidate has to get out their base and mobilize their base. And the candidate that can best and efficiently get their people out to vote, that candidate will most likely win. Election 101. Do you honestly believe that it is enticing the voters to see a candidate running around the country with this?
I tell people often, I spend a lot of time working on national security issues, and when people that I know in the Republican Party tell me they might be considering voting for Trump from a national security perspective, I ask them, go look at his national security policies. Please go look at them, because what he's proposing in terms of withdrawing from NATO, welcoming Vladimir Putin to attack our NATO allies, he praises Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, and President Xi of China, and Putin.
She went running around the country with her. Do you think that's enticing to your base? I'm not even talking about just lefties. Do you honestly think that going from pillar to post with that cretin, Darth Vader's daughter, is going to be enticing to Democrats? That it's going to get them jizzed up? That they're going to be like, yes, I need to go to the polls in order to vote for Kamala Harris and Liz Cheney? Why do you think that? Why do you believe that it is the voters' responsibility to get revved up and jizzed up for that? Why? Why is that supposed to be something that brings Democratic voters out to vote for your candidate, let alone lefties? And the reason why I'm saying this is because of the disparity between the number of people that came out to vote for the Democrats in 2020 versus the people who did not show up in 2024. That ethereal vote would have won it. Meaning, if Kamala Harris got Joe Biden's numbers, she would have still beat Trump by 5 million votes. How are you blaming voters? It is the responsibility of the candidate to create a vision, to create a coalition, to give energy to the group in order to get those people out there because they see something that they believe in, that they want to fight for, they want to push for, and that they care enough about to go to the polls to pull the lever. It is Democratic policy that is the issue. You didn't run on Medicare for all. You didn't run on increasing minimum wage. You didn't run on expanding Social Security. You didn't run on free college. Hell, you didn't run on free community college. You didn't run on any of that stuff. And when you look back at what Joe Biden promised, we're going to increase the minimum wage. They blew that off almost immediately. We're going to legalize marijuana. They blew that off almost immediately. We're going to try to get school loan stuff. And then it gets shot down in courts, one after the next. I'm pointing out that the things that Biden said he was going to do, he didn't do. And Kamala Harris, who was the new way forward, was so milquetoast. It was humiliating. Your candidate ran a bad campaign. And not just a bad campaign, a bad strategy. Liz Cheney wasn't an accident. The entire point of running around with Liz Cheney was to reach out to moderate Republicans. So the thought being, well, you can lose progressives if you can migrate over to a new coalition of moderate Republicans. Because it's so hard to get these progressives on board. Because, they actually want your government to do stuff. They want healthcare and education. They want expanded Social Security. They actually want an increased minimum wage. And our model of getting elected is going and begging rich people for money who don't want to do those things. And so it is easier to not work with progressives and work with moderate conservatives, or for that matter, moderate Democrats who don't really need those things anyway. who don't really care about those particular issues, and we can get a new coalition and we can minimize the power of progressives in the party. It's not about the woke stuff. It's about the economic populist progressives, the Sanders wing, that you want to stop dealing with, or at the very least stop being relied upon, and migrate to get into the Republican circles. Don't take my word for it. Take it from Chuck. This is sure.
And it's already won a large percentage of those people over. On the other hand, Trump is so new that for every, this is the second point, for every blue-collar Democrat we will lose in Western PA, we will pick up 2, 3 moderate Republicans in the suburbs of Philadelphia. And you can repeat that in Ohio and Illinois and Wisconsin. The voters who are most out there figuring out what to do are not the blue-collar Democrats. They are the college-educated Republicans who lean Republican or are independent and in the suburbs.
That was their plan. That was their plan. So how are you waving your finger at lefties, crying on air, bitter, effectively saying, don't cry on my shoulder, I told you so. Your anger, sir, is misplaced. All of your anger is misplaced. Who you need to be aiming at is your political party that allowed a candidate like that to run, that thought it was okay for her to run around with Liz Cheney, that did not care that she wouldn't take a position on genocide. The notion that you can wag your finger and say, hey, you all should get in line and support this genocide is outrageous. The idea that you are yelling at voters when your own political party had the plan of blowing off the left, blowing off the base, and getting Republicans. And you're out here crying at us as if it's the voters' fault or responsibility to put your candidate in office. I also, frankly, don't just blame you or the party. I blame you and people like you. You have no standards. It's blue no matter who. One concentration camp less. And you've allowed your party to get worse and worse and worse, to get lazier and lazier and lazier over time because, again, after all, you had no standards. Your party is back in a literal genocide. And your response is, but you got to vote for hers. Is she going to do anything different? Nope. But you got to vote for hers. You must realize that not everybody is a blue no matter who Democrat. And not everybody is going to be automatic to vote for your party. They actually have to do work, to get people. They have to, be a politician and trying to get people to vote for them. It can't just be you should automatically, almost in some kind of esoteric way, vote for the candidate. Your blame is misplaced. Your blame should be with the party. Your blame should be with the candidate. And the blame, frankly, as I pointed out, should be with yourself.